Hello and welcome to episode 68 of the Fools on a Hill podcast, where we bring you the latest news and our expert's opinion on our newest release on our...
Oh, he's fucked it.
Oh, we're here. We're in.
Okay, on the newest
Everyone
release
knows
in
what
the
we're
world of music. Everyone knows what we are doing. I'm Carl, and I'm joined by Yanni and Liam. Hello.
Hello.
How are we?
Good. What were you all drinking?
Iced coffee.
Snob.
Iced caramel cappuccino, to be precise.
Homemade.
Homemade, I'm not a wanker. I have not got disposable income like that.
Sure. Guinness.
Guinness. Since your last mixed fruit copper blue cider.
Oh,
So shit. So overrated.
Yeah, I just don't like any
Copper
that.
is naff.
You heard it here first.
I'm liking it,
Everyone.
so I guess I have to disagree.
Record a lig is where it's at.
I'll record your leg in a minute. You filthy bitch.
Talking
I
of
just
recording
realised-
my leg. Oh, Liam, you got that
You
bitch.
stupid.
I spoke first. In my life, I spoke first. So I just realised I haven't told you, Carl. I've got COVID.
Oh, blimey. No, you haven't told
I am
me.
C+.
You are C+, but you were outside today because I heard you whistle mango, you goddamn
Yeah,
horrible
I was on
man.
a walk in an isolated part of the world. There's nobody there.
Also known
Promise.
as
Yeah.
Kirkby, is that where you live?
Kirkby.
Oh,
Yeah.
pronounce that
No,
K,
it's-
boy.
you don't pronounce the second K, mate.
Oh,
Come on.
well,
Come on. It's pretty straightforward.
Come on.
come on.
Just don't pronounce the letters.
Sorry.
Talking of pronunciation,
I've lost you there, mate.
I don't know. I was just trying to find something to work into.
Well,
your
yeah, there
little-
was a perfect segue before, which Liam ruined. Talking about
Let's just do
recording
a
my lig.
rewind.
Talking of recording my lig, Karis and I recently, and I say recently, this was a few months ago now, recorded our night's sleep.
Oh, we don't
but
care.
no, I couldn't believe that I hadn't told you boys about this
outrageous.
monstrosity. So everyone knows that I'm a snorer. It's not new information. I snore like a whale. I presume they snore.
No, I don't think they do. They're underwater.
Yeah, fair. And what
Elephants.
are the noises that came out of my mouth when I was, or nose, maybe, spoiler, when I was sleeping is astronomical. Like, it's not a noise that a human should make. So I'm going to get the boys to listen to it right now. Right this second.
Can you put the link in somewhere where I can access it? 'Cause it's
Why
not
It's
didn't-
in Fool's Outlook.
It's on the Fool's email. I've now recorded
is
on
it?
my phone. We all said it was
That's
fine
fine.
in the Fool's email before.
Fool's email will do.
It'll have to. So
But it will do.
I'm going to cut this bit now. Everyone's going to listen to it. I will put it in the edit so you can all listen to it together.
Are you listening, Jan? Oh, it's not loading. Oh, fucking hell. It's crashed. I mean, Outlook's just doing little spinny things. I don't know what's going on. Just give
Can you
us
not
a
open a
sec.
new tab or what?
Yeah, it's in a new tab. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's loading. It's got an attachment, has it? Come on. Oh, this is pathetic. Okay, there it is. Oh, it's downloading it or something. God damn it. Right, where's that downloaded to? Fucking hell, this is just not necessary, is it? Oh, it's opening it in
It's really not worth
iTunes. I'm
listening
going to wait for iTunes to load because it wants to open it in iTunes. This is going to take about half an hour. Oh, great. Very good. Thanks, Google Chrome, for just playing it in the browser. That would have been easier, wouldn't it? No, that'll be too easy. You have to force quit music because it's just fucking bouncing there on the bar for no reason. Doing fuck all. Oh, this is quicker. It's very good, Callum.
It's really not that great.
Fuck's sake.
I almost just stopped my recording for some reason. That was, I don't know why. I actually pressed down on the stop button on Audacity, but dragged my finger away. Wow, that was weird. Carl, you sounded like a little cute baby elephant there, mate.
Cute baby elephant. What would you
Yeah.
do? Well, so you've both had prior experience to sleeping next to me.
You've been worse than that.
Liam is a lot more of a tender lover than Yanni. Yanni doesn't want to know you in the night. He'll sleep there with his elbows out.
Yep.
Yeah,
he sleeps like he's
I've
dead.
cuddled you.
I don't think you have.
I have. We've got pictures
Not
of it.
enough.
Oh yeah, that's
haven't
not
cuddled
that's
him
not
enough.
mid-sleep. Liam is a spooner.
Oh, well, yeah, I know that. Yeah, but
Yeah, baby.
yeah, I'm very solid in the night as well.
Mm-hmm.
Stiff, you might say.
You could say stiff. Stiff boy.
Yeah, Carl, you sounded like a little animal. I'm glad we spent so long on that.
Yeah, well, honestly, I didn't think it would be that big a thing. I thought it'd be a nice little throwaway thing.
maybe we
Clearly
should
not. Talking of
But
throwaway
you can
things,
throw it away if you want.
yeah, we probably will. How are we going to introduce this then, boys?
Well, there's a little something that I thought of myself because I'm clever sometimes when I want to be.
Got a little brain.
Yeah, emphasis on the little. And what I thought we'd do is there's recently been an announcement by Tame Impala that they're going to be performing Lonerism in full for a festival. And I thought, what other bands would we be interested in seeing a full performance of an entire album if we got the chance? Now, I'm going to limit this one artist per person.
Oh.
To keep it from going on for 10 hours.
So we've got to think of our ultimate favourite.
And you've got to obviously give me, sounds stupid, but the album obviously you want to hear, and feel free to argue your case.
Are we limited to living musicians, or can we go
I feel like at the moment, let's stick to living.
Okay.
But what about if I want them dead? But like puppets on stage.
That could only be
like with the Beatles. We do the Beatles, and obviously, Paul and Ringo are still alive.
Yeah.
But John and George, just like strung up in the guitar. It's been a hard day's night, all that. I think it'd work for some of the music. So I'm saying A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles.
Okay.
Living
musicians it is.
It's a good question, Yanni.
Can we
go
off
time
first?
to think about it. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the first one I thought of was Humbug, Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, that's my thought as well.
That would be my one, because I don't think they've played, well, they have played it once or twice maybe on the actual tour, but I've not seen them play Jeweler's Hand live a lot, and I would love to see that. It's one of my all-time favourite Arctic Monkeys songs, and the album's obviously great.
Couldn't agree with you more. However, counterpoint. I don't know if the way they play tracks now would do that album justice, really. They do keep some of the Humbug tracks on that. Well, they did on the Tranquility Base tour, and they did perform them probably the best of the old songs. But I don't know. I don't think it would do it justice, like if you were seeing it in 2009. In my Humbug opinion.
Hey,
nice.
Here all week.
I still haven't really. Still haven't decided on an album, but I was just thinking that like if Arcade Fire did a full show of any of their albums, that'd be pretty cool. In particular, I'd like to obviously The Suburbs, Funeral, or Reflector would be good live as well. But I feel like there's something else that's gonna be better than that.
Well, throwing it in the ring. We said artists that are alive. What about bands that are no longer together? Is that an issue?
Nah, just fucking do it.
Well, Woo Live for you two then, surely.
Yeah,
that'd be really good.
That'd be amazing. Amazing,
bro. Yeah, that's probably that's the answer, because that would be a once in a lifetime situation. Obviously, they didn't play many shows, as far as I'm aware.
No, they did not. They didn't.
So I think everyone knows. Well, not everyone. I think you two could probably guess what mine would be. it would be Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. However, it would have to be, if this is my dream scenario, it would have to be in a very small venue. I'm talking like, the Arts Club in Liverpool or something fucking ridiculous.
Your nan's living room.
Yeah, proper small. If you could see your chosen album in a specified place, where would you choose?
Woo Life would have to be in that church where they recorded it. It'd
Yeah,
have to be
yeah.
something like.
Oh, I'd
grand.
accept like Albert Hall would be
Yeah,
pretty good
Albert Hall would be the.
in Manchester. I just thought a bit of a weird one and actually a very recent one, but Ants from Up Here, up there, whatever it is, I always go on it.
Oh yeah.
By Black
yeah.
Country New Road.
That is
Because that obviously will never happen. We're never going to hear that. Any of those songs from that live. So I wish I was kind of at one of those last shows. Although if they want to play Sunglasses as well, I wouldn't kick off. I've just thought of one based on what we're going to talk about today. Pixies playing Doolittle.
Yeah.
That'd be a fantastic album to see in full.
Yeah, we'd also we should say we'd also all love to see Lonerism perform live.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is being performed in California, I think. So we've got slim chance of that happening.
Well, I'm flying out, so see you there or B Square.
Any others?
No, I think other than Lonerism and Tranquility Base, I don't really think I'm that bothered. But I also wouldn't turn many down. You know what I mean? But I just can't. I wouldn't actively.
I think if you want to be like specific about this, you want something that you know is going to be kind of good live. So you can name a million albums. I could name a Pavement, say Brighten the Corners or something, but I don't necessarily think that would be a good use of that wish. You want to see something that's going to be a great show live, which makes it a bit trickier. I think we've named a few decent ones there. I don't think Tranquility Base would be great. I know this was
you
already.
don't like the album, though, isn't it?
This was presumed from the conversation earlier. I just didn't see how that would be the good use of that. I mean, if you see them, they're going to play half those songs anyway.
Yeah, true. But have you seen like the Austin City Limit recordings of the Tranquility Base tunes, and they still don't do anything for you?
I don't not like them. They just don't really do anything for me. And I don't think it's like a full. Like I was thinking, like I mentioned, like Arcade Fire. Those are like full concept album kind of things. They could do something really cool with that kind of shit. I know this is a concept album.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It's about.
Sorry, the point I actually was trying to say was like a natural kind of like story progression through the album. Maybe there is an Arctic Monkeys on that album, but I don't know. But I don't know. I want to see like a show. Is what I'm saying. I don't feel like that would be that. I think it'd be just them playing the album.
Well, stumped you there, Annie. Clip
really.
that. That was our little intro. Blimey, it's long this time, isn't it? So long.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to Callum and I's least favourite part of the show.
Keep them audience engaged. Yeah.
It's what's the story?
Should BTS be above the album announcements? That's normally how we do it.
Props.
Okay. Move.
I've moved it.
I moved it, actually.
We've all moved it, so it's probably going to crash. Just go delete that blocker.
One of the worst bands imaginable. They're so shit. We all hate them. They've never released anything good. Appalling. I think they kick little children as well. I think that's what they do on a regular basis. BTS, of course. Nothing against the fans. Love the fans. But, God, BTS the band. Awful. God, their music. Ugh. Is it even
beyond
music?
terrible shit?
Wow. Answered your own question there, Liam.
Yep.
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to reply. But,
well, I never answered them. So I don't think you heard. Are we all devastated by this, or are we happy that we're going to get multiple solo projects?
Devastated
like
by
16
what?
of them,
We've not
isn't it?
announced, have we?
Oh, have we not? They're going
No.
on hiatus.
What? No.
Yeah.
What?
So I mean, I'm sure I will have, but I honestly don't think I've ever heard a BTS song.
You have.
You have.
You
Yeah, I think there
you'll
was
be
one.
surprised at what songs are BTS songs.
There's
I saw
loads-
one the other day.
there's
and I was
definitely
like,
one. On YouTube adverts, I think
Yeah.
they're constantly put on.
Isn't
to,
that Dynamite song? That's BTS, isn't it?
Dynamite
Rock
Tee.
like dynamite. That one.
That's
Do you know that
BTS.
song? I'm
Dunno.
pretty sure it's
I
BTS.
thought it was
Well,
Jason
that's
Derulo.
that's a K-pop band, but I'm pretty sure it's BTS.
Oh, I thought that was Jason.
I think no,
Derulo.
I think Jason Derulo is involved
Oh well,
because I also thought it was Jason Derulo.
keen ears we have. Lynn.
Jason Derulo.
And he did that song with Coldplay on that last album.
Oh yeah, you're
My
right.
Universe,
Yeah, that was shit.
something probably.
Jesus.
Space, planets. Something like
Anyway,
that.
good riddance. I hope they never reform. Jockstrap announced an album.
Yeah, baby.
I Love You, Jennifer B, which of course the B stands for what, Callum?
Bongos. Jennifer Bongos.
And that's going to be out September 9th. Are you
I am
excited for that?
excited. I am
Okay.
excited.
Yeah, I pre-ordered
Um,
it on Rough Trade.
did you get the yellow one?
Yeah, the one that's Rough Trade exclusive, and that's the other one.
Yeah. See, I was tempted, but it's like 27 quid plus like 4 quid postage, whereas it's like 22 quid on Banquet. So I really just, I'm gonna wait. They're
I
both
mean,
horrible. I
future
don't really-
Liam will deal with that situation.
Yeah, yellow is not a color that's going to prompt me to not get the green version, so I'm just going to get the cheaper one. But
That's fair.
I am very excited for the album, and I hope 50/50's on it because I've not seen any track lists.
Well,
Mm.
50-50. Shot it might be
Yeah,
on there.
50-50,
Yanni,
yeah.
can you quickly look on Apple Music to see if it says?
Can we also
course I
work out
can.
who Jennifer B is? I need to know. Are there any famous Jennifer B's?
Jenny from the Block.
Of course, yeah. Jenny the Block.
Jenny the
Um,
Block.
50-50 is not on it. Oh no, it is. It is.
Oh,
It's the last
fucking
song.
hell.
Oh,
It's the
there we
last
go.
song. It's the last song.
Whoa. And not a
Extended
I
great
assume
closer
mix.
for an
Concrete
album.
Over Water is.
It says.
Yeah,
as well.
Concrete Over Water will be.
What did you say, Carl? Not great.
I wouldn't say that was a great closer. That would strike me
Oh,
as
that's the
a
end.
great
That's-
starter
yeah.
for the album. But
That is the end. That is the closer.
That is
But
the
who-
end.
who cares? As long as it's on the album,
find the-
I'm gonna have
I
a great time.
I find the whole album art and the album name strange.
Yeah, they're releasing like stickers, aren't they, with the artwork? So I presume they want you to
Mm.
like
Customize it yourself.
customize it yourself.
into that.
Yeah. Not into
Not
that.
about that.
We'll not be doing that.
No,
No.
won't do it. I might put the Jockstrap one on because that's what it is.
Oh, please do for the
officially.
next pod, mate.
It's on. No, my Jockstrap's on.
Yeah.
Tight and sealed. That's how that works, isn't it? It's not sealed. That's not a Jockstrap. For some reason, I thought of a cup. No, but my Jockstrap is on also. And that's it.
And that's that. Pixies announced a new album. I feel like they've released so many albums at this point in their lives. This album's
Yeah.
going to be called Doggerel. Or
Have they released a
Doggerel.
song called this? Because I feel like
Doggerel.
I thought this was a thing in the past. Doggerel.
No.
Mm.
No, they've got. I mean, Fontaine's DC have an album called Doggerel. Don't know that's.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
But yeah, I also, to be fair, I saw the name and kind of there's something I can't. But they haven't released an album with a name similar to that. Obviously, Doolittle, which isn't a million.
This
miles away,
album's coming out September 30th, by the way. Just want to get that out there. And we're going to be covering one of the newer songs later on.
Same with Jockstrap that we didn't mention,
That is true. That is very true.
and the
And-
same with this next band.
Yeah, very last minute addition, just before we started recording. Dry Cleaning. They've announced their second album already. Bloody hell. Called Stump Work, and that's due 21st of the 10th, 22.
I've got a question. What do we think of the I don't know what the word is, but like how quick bands
Turnover.
Turn around.
the turnover, yeah. Because this seems ridiculous. Same with Black Country New Road and Black Midi. I think Welcome to Hell will be Black Midi's
I
second
hate
this
this
year.
Welcome
Just-
to Hell's Black Midi's second this year.
I'm sure was Cavalcade not 2022? I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was
I'm
January.
sure Cavalcade was last year, wasn't it?
I thought it was January. I don't know.
Because it was in
Get the
our
facts.
album of the year discussions. I'm pretty sure you could be wrong there, though, but I'm pretty sure.
Cavalcade was released 2021 in May. So
Oh fucking hell! Maybe I'm well off there then.
Yeah,
And
well,
Black
you are,
Country New Road,
factually.
did you mention as well?
Yeah.
Buckner.
They haven't announced an album yet, have they?
No, I mean, for the first time to answer up there, that was a quick
I think
turnaround.
I kind of find because obviously bands are a lot more. There is I was trying to find a good word for the word there. Visible is the word I'm looking for. On social media and stuff, so you can see them recording, and it seems like a lot of bands. I'm sure me and Yanni have talked about this before about like your first album for a lot of artists tends to be like over years. Like that's the kind of stuff they work out on the first like
Yeah.
performances, blah blah blah, and then kind of as soon as their first album is done, they start working on that second album, so that turnaround is a lot quicker. And I guess that's for Black Country New Road that kind of makes a lot of sense because most of those songs had already been released. They were probably already kind of ready with that second album. And like I know, Cortin, for example, they answered on their story the other day when they recorded the album that's coming out. Is it September, October? They recorded that like last March. So like that time for it to be kind of like mastered and released is like a massive window. It's probably like pressing plant backups and stuff like that are adding to that. And so a lot of bands are probably just backing up with tracks and tracks and tracks on tracks.
Back it up. Yeah, good point. Are we excited
Thank
for
you.
this dry cleaning record? Liam,
No.
I
Yeah.
assume you are? Yeah, thought
I
that
am,
would be the way. And that is all we have on this wonderful segment that is What's the Story. We are, however, taking a slight detour on our journey to the end of time this week. And our next stop is Reel to Reel.
And action.
Actually, it'd be this one.
So, we don't often stop off here at Reel to Reel, do we, boys? So it's always a
We don't.
very special occasion. So special
It
that
is.
I am staying in the car because I've not divulged in what you two have watched. And what is it that you have watched?
What we've watched, Callum, is the miniseries Pistol, which is a biographical drama of the rise of the Sex Pistols and quite a bit of the guitarist Steve Jones's
Based on
early
his
life.
memoir, isn't it?
It is based on a memoir
It's a
called
bit
Lonely
more
Boy.
kind of closed in on him a little bit at points.
Yeah, well, it
Not
started
closed
off.
in, that's not the right word, but zoomed in.
Still feels wrong, doesn't it? It's based on the memoir Lonely Boy Tales from a Sex Pistol. I had no idea until like the last episode that Steve Jones is the guy who hosts Jones's Jukebox, who's the guy at the start of the Are You Mine music video.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Yeah. So
I realised that about halfway through because I saw on YouTube. It came up because I was like watching different videos of them in real life, and it came up with he's done an interview with the actors, and it said Jonesy's Jukebox, and I was like, oh, that's funny. That's like, and then I thought, but he's English.
Hang
The
on
fellow
a
in the beginning of the
second.
Are You Mine video, and I then pieced it together. It's the same guy.
This
Yeah.
was. I'm going to just talk through this because it might interest Liam. Created and written by Craig Pearce, who also co-wrote the screenplay for one of Liam's favourite films. That's right, it's Romeo and Juliet.
Wow.
I thought that might intrigue.
Co-wrote the screenplay. Did you say?
Yeah. And it was directed by Danny Boyle. Liam touched on this when we first mentioned about it being released, that a lot of the actors are of the age of the actual people they're depicting and
Which is very young.
newcomers as well. Like the lady who plays Chrissy Hind, apparently this is like her first acting job, which is mad because she's really good in it.
I thought I recognised it, to be honest. But maybe I made that up.
And I would say that all of the Pistols do a great job of depicting, well, one, what they look like. I thought like the whole like what do you call it? Not outfit.
Gob.
No. Whatever.
Costume.
Yeah,
Costuming.
costume, whatever. worked really well. I mean, most of it was stuff that was actually from real life. Like some of like the stuff they wore was got from like performances where there's video footage and shit like that. But like the look of them and everything as well. Like the guy who plays Johnny Rotten, the mad hair that he has and everything, and like the rotten teeth and shit. It was all
Yeah.
very well executed.
Mhm.
And I thought it was a pretty good series. Don't know how I felt about the whole Sid Vicious thing. I don't know if it depicted it in necessarily the right way.
What do you mean? Like the end of it, or the whole thing?
Yeah, and like
It rushed through the end a bit, I thought.
yeah,
But I don't
and
know what
also
they would have done with that. Like that's Steve wasn't there when any of that shit happened, so
yeah, well yeah, that makes sense if it's based on his memoir. But well, in like news reports, from what I know, it's it seems a bit likely that it was probably Sid who did it, but I feel like they sort of brushed over that a bit.
well, I read that he was obviously he was arrested, but he was bailed out. And it was only 4 months later that he died.
Yeah.
So then it never went to trial, never got to go to trial. So I guess the kind of point is like, well, not it doesn't matter because of course it matters. He may have potentially killed her, but that was kind of closed case there and then. So yeah, I guess without them kind of trying to make it would have just been guesswork, wouldn't it, of what actually happened
Yeah, that's true.
before he found her dead. But like the whole him dying thing, again, like it did feel a little bit like rushed slightly, but I don't know what they could have done. The actual facts around his death is fucking grim, so grim.
Yeah.
And like who he's
one
with
of
and
the
stuff is just
one of the worst fucking scenes of the whole thing is when they're playing live and he hits that glass bottle and starts like cutting into himself, and it's just like
Yeah.
ugh, meaning
Yeah.
to watch.
But
And
it's
the fact
mad
that
that
actually
like
happened, it's just
Yeah.
like what.
there's a few things like I watched like live real life comparisons to some of the, like the shows and stuff that were recorded, and when they went on to the TV show and Susie Sue got hit on by the
Yeah, that was so
fella.
well like
replicated.
but the actual thing
Yeah,
is
pretty good.
gross to watch.
Really gross. So that was all really good, really well done. I think that was some of the best stuff for me. I think some of the acting was a little bit overdone in places. I think Johnny Rotten's character seemed a little too constantly on that kind of like manic kind of headspace. Sometimes. I think pretty much everyone else was pretty solid. But I also thought it was mad just how young like Sid Vicious was 22 when he died, and like so his whole arc in that, and including how he died and when he died and what had happened up until that point, he was 22 years old. And to think that obviously the rest of them were that age as well, pretty crazy. They got some shit.
Yeah, they do have
They
to
are little
some-
bastards.
They are little bastards. Also, I've found out from watching some of those interviews with Steve Jones that all the music that you hear in there is actually performed by the actors.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Um,
they did like a performance. They went to like a performance school to learn the instruments and stuff. They mentioned that on the Jonesy's Jukebox podcast interview.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I've gone like a proper deep dive of like watching videos of Johnny Rotten being interviewed and stuff. There's a good one of him speaking with Jonesy on Jonesy's Jukebox in like 2008 or something like that. And they're just like chatting like old mates talking about the old times. And it's pretty cool to listen to. But yeah, that was good too. It was also interesting the way they kind of like mixed in and out of people like Susie Sue, Vivian Westwood, and stuff like that. Those kind of world that they're a part of. It's pretty cool to see. Just seemed like a pretty cool scene. Very kind of lawless. It felt like.
Yeah,
like it was just their own little world they all lived in.
it was good.
Good series. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I feel like Danny Boyle was the best choice for directing it. I got some train spotting vibes, especially from all like the cringe inducing stuff. I mean, like the stuff that makes you feel like viscerally like uncomfortable. He's great. Like he was great at train spotting at doing shit like that, and it worked very well with this. But yeah, good. Cal, I know you don't really care for Sex Pistols. I'm not massive on them. I've got the album
No.
just from my dad having it.
Mm.
But I don't think you necessarily need to be a massive fan of the music to appreciate it.
Lydia enjoyed
Okay.
it. She has absolutely no care for any of that at all. She just thought it was good. It was interesting. I think actually one thought I had while watching it was a kind of wish that these weren't real people. I mean, it's so kind of unbelievable that you almost feel like it isn't. But I would have liked to have seen a set of characters in this world doing this kind of thing that was fully like written for itself, kind of thing. If that makes sense. Or I would like to see that. If that makes sense. It was an interesting world to kind of delve into. And like the grain and stuff on the film is so good. It really feels like a lot of it's filmed then and there, which is cool.
Yeah, it does proper transport you into the world, doesn't it?
It's definitely worth a watch.
So definitely 3 pistols out of 3 pistols for the series Pistol. Now we're going to move on to something that Callum will hopefully have something to say
Yeah,
on.
I'm tuned back in.
Lovely. We're going to hop back in the car and we'll meet you at the Hot Off the Press section.
Fucking yawn.
Oh, bloody hell. We're stuck. We're stuck. Boys, we don't have much to talk about, so we're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Apologies for everyone listening. We're going to start off this week with Lizzo and the song. Liam, I actually want you to try and do this.
Girls.
That made me uncomfortable. I didn't like that.
Good.
I hated that, actually.
I didn't like doing
It's off a new album. A little bit of controversy with it, which we're not going to touch upon, other than say that there was some. It's now been fixed. Unfortunately, the song's still shit.
Yeah. I quite like the chorus. It's doing what it's trying to do, and it will be a TikTok sound, probably already
Yep.
is, and it will
Yeah.
piss us all off very soon.
I do like the little bitches. She does it different.
It's like she's here.
It's great.
You
Yeah,
heard
I
it,
mean, I
Liam
think
likes
she's a
little
great
bitches.
musician. I think she's a great musician, and
Great. Choice
you know,
word.
Very
she's all right.
complimentary.
She's pretty all right.
That's more like it.
She's got some good songs. But yeah, I don't think this is one of them.
Thank you.
Anything that
All
stops me having to hear that same line from the last track over and over. And over again. Yeah, anything that stops
It's
me.
mad
having
when
to
you hear the
that
rest of
every
that
5 minutes
song. How different it is. It's so strange the phenomenon of like hearing it as a part of a song and kind of building the rest of the song around that, or not even thinking about the rest of the song, and then you listen to that song and it's like, oh, this is just seems like such a small part of this song that it's so strange that it got so famous. Anyway, who am I?
You are Liam Godschlong.
You are.
Only if you pay me.
Jockstrap, we mentioned them earlier. We're going to talk about their latest song, Glasgow.
Glasgow.
I've not got much other than decent tune, which I think is a bit of a shock because I don't think I've been too complimentary about most of the stuff. Or at least I've not been over the moon with it.
No,
But,
I thought you quite liked Concrete Over Water, not to the extent me and Liam did, but I don't think you were uncomplimentary. This is surprisingly normal for what I was expecting. I think the YouTube video is the edit version of the track, so when I listened to the full version on Spotify, I wasn't expecting the kind of like weird intro, and that sounded a bit more in tune with what I was expecting. But I just think it's really good. She's got a cracking voice, and I'm excited for the aforementioned Jenny from the Block album.
I love Jenny from the Block. All these, I forgot the words of that song. I was going to try and quote it, but don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I love Jenny from the Block, and I love Strap on My Jock, and I like this song too. Got there.
Cheers.
Yeah, no, I really like this song. I think it's very, very nice. It's not kind of the kind of chaotic side of Jock Shop that they dip into here and there, but it's very nice. And there's something about her vocals on the acoustic remind me very strongly of another artist that I can't remember. So there's a
Fantastic.
specific part where she sings high, and I kind of almost hear it, but I can't put my finger on it. But it doesn't matter because this song's good.
This
Well-
song is very good.
It is. It's a shame that we have to then ruin everyone's day by talking about the Pale Wave song, which is called Reasons to Live. I can tell you one of those reasons is definitely not this song. My comments were, holy shit, it's actually that bad.
Yeah. If you asked me
It's
to
not
guess how this song would sound before listening to it, it would have been bob on. I'm sorry to everyone that this week was so dry in terms of music releases that we had to keep this on the list because fucking hell, this was bad.
They are very clearly going for something, aren't they? They're very clearly going for something. I think they actually do it. I think they hit it a certain period of time. But I think, we did leave that period of time. That's how time works. It does move forward, well, depending on your school of thought. But I don't need to go back there with you, Pale Waves. That's all right. If someone else wants to invite me back, a band that were from that era, maybe I'll go back. But with you guys, I'm happy in 2022, and that is saying a fucking lot.
Yeah.
So,
Fellow
there you
BIM
go.
Manchester alumni. However, I don't want to be associated with that anymore. So do better, Pale Waves. Do better. This is bad.
Oh.
Sakura Mami
Yes.
are here
Sakura
with
Mami.
new demo. It's not a demo. It is a full track, but it's bloody wonderful. If I say so myself, I really really like this, and I don't know why I liked it. I really don't know why, because this is something I would not like. I just
You're a
really
sad
like the
boy, Carl.
vocals. I'm a sad boy. Yeah, I'm there with me iced coffee, listening to Soccer Mummy, living my best
They were
Caramel
life.
wearing,
macchiato and Sakura Mommy.
But you were wearing knitwear as well, weren't you?
No,
Got a cardigan.
I haven't.
You biting the-
You're looking
biting
at
the
me right
cuff.
now. I've not got a cardigan.
I'm so sad.
Painted one fingernail black.
I'm so
Yeah, we know you.
sad.
I liked it.
I'm going for a
for you,
generic
Carl.
American accent, by the way, because that's how they all sound, of course, across the board. This song, Callum. This song is so boring. Oh my god.
I just really liked it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we had so little to listen to.
I'll be honest. I thought it was nice. I think it's nice to listen to it now. I remembered absolutely nothing about the song, so I would agree with Yanni that it's pretty boring. So that's that. I mean, I would listen to more that's got a bit better. Soccer Mummy, is that the person I'm thinking of that brought an album out a few years ago?
Yeah, we listened to some of their stuff
definitely
not
would've
long
done
ago, and we quite liked it. I think.
I think I like an album she brought out a few years ago, but nothing's loading. But yeah, hopefully, I like the sound. I mean, this sound is everywhere, isn't it? This
It
is
truly
very
is. Every
this
crevice.
is the sound of America right now. This is what you're voting for. And that's that. I wanted to ask, based on kind of slower songs, Callum, if you went back and listened to that ugly song from last week,
Yeah, I have actually. I was meant to
Okay.
open this.
we want a
This
revised
episode-
review from Callum.
Yeah, I was planning
Rewind.
on
Can't do that twice.
opening, issuing an apology to Ugly brackets UK for the second half of that song because that is masterful. That really is wonderful.
It's not enough.
No, it is
No.
enough.
It's not enough. Shut up.
It is enough because I don't want to have to listen. I liked the beginning. Don't think I didn't because I did.
Right.
I was clearly tired last week, so I took it out on you, Ugly, and that was an ugly thing for me to do. But I don't hate it. I don't hate you. I love the second half, and I like the first half. But I don't know if I'll ever really listen to it again. I don't know.
For God's
Let's not dwell on
sake.
it. But I just want to say that I don't understand how that is more boring than this 3 minutes 30 Soccer Mummy song.
Because it's 8 minutes.
Yeah, but you said the first half.
Yeah, but last week we had like 20 songs to listen to.
You didn't when you listened to it before. So what I'm saying is, Cal, you need to really work on your
go
listening, because I feel like your
away.
listening needs a bit of working on. You need to just tweak those ears a little bit there, Cal.
Go
Get the
away.
sound, the exact sound we're looking for. Talking of ears, Pixies have little funny ears, don't they? Pixies have little ears. Do they? What is a pixie? If you have to define a pixie, what is it?
Rabbit hole. Dry Cleaning are back with the song "Don't Press Me,"
Have I skipped
which is going to be off that album we talked about, which we didn't say at the time. But God, that album artwork is disgusting. It makes me feel
on? Oh yeah,
all horrible
I've
ways
seen
it's
it.
inside.
upsetting. It's really upsetting.
But it
Oh,
captures
it's
your
making my back.
attention.
Oh, it's running up my back.
It reminds me of the bathroom in Barcelona. I won't lie to you, mate, because you molt like
I'm
you
Harry guy.
in a competition, mate.
Yeah, Lydia hates it.
And they're all
Still in
curly
science,
as
my
well,
life.
so I don't know what's what. I did pick each one up
It's
and
mostly
floss with
body
them
hair,
just
to
to
be
check.
honest.
But
I explained this to Lydia that any hairs that you may find knocking about are body hairs, and there is a very specific reason to that. I won't go into it here, but there's a
Bald.
very clear hair, and there's a little bald section in the middle. It helps with the jock shop. But there you go. But anyway,
this track sounds like Dry Cleaning. I'm not shocked. You know?
well, it's funny you should say that because I really like this. I really like the music, and I actually like. Sorry, I'll stop using the word actually because I actually want to use that word. Really like the music and the actual vocals, not the Sprechenzang, are decent, and I enjoyed it because of it.
I think the music's great. Yeah, that's one of the things, and I mentioned this earlier about the first Dry Cleaning album that I've grown quite fond of. Is there's some of the music, some of the guitar work on that is very good, and I think it kind of went under the radar a little bit because all you kind of focus on is the vocals. But musically very, very good. And I think this Sprechgesang, she definitely is a lot more sing-songy than another famous female Sprechgesang singer, speaker. A lot more singy-songy, and I think a bit more of a gentle voice as well. And so it was very nice compared to another Sprechgesang singer, who we may or may not speak about very shortly. But yeah, I really like this, and I am excited to hear more of this. And I think it's a great length as well, just under 2 minutes. Doesn't feel too
Heard that
short.
one before.
Doesn't need to go any longer. Pretty solid.
It's an argument I put across very, very often. Oh, is that everything we have to say on that one?
Have you said anything? Did you say you liked it? Oh yeah, you said very Dry Cleaning. Was
Yeah.
that all you had to say?
Yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention to it, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah,
what are we
and last one of the week, Pixies. I've
What is
written
a
down the
pixie?
name.
Shut up.
Is it called There's a Moon On? Is that what it's called?
There's
Yeah.
a moon on, lads.
There's
a
a
moon
moon
on.
there.
Anyone want to go first? Because I don't feel like I gave it enough attention, really.
Yeah. Chugger. That's what I put in my notes. Chugger. Proper like chugger.
Yeah.
Kind of the movement of it. I liked it, but the chorus I thought was a bit disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just a bit plain. I mean, it's the Pixies. You know, the choruses are normally fucking well. They've got very limited choruses, but I don't know. They've been better. Even when it was just the bass being shouted. But this one, I don't know. Just I felt like it could have been more.
Yeah, I think the chorus is perfect for an early noughties film set around Halloween, when a group of friends are entering a Halloween party. Perfect. Insert that right there. something's going to happen. The bullies there, the jocks are there with their straps on. Someone's going to get pushed a little too hard, and the kind of weedy kid's going to push back and find out they have some sort of powers. It writes itself, really. But the rest of the song, I did enjoy. I like this sound. I like the last single as well. So I'm hoping they kind of ride this wave here, the Wee Pixies, because I do assume they're small. I know I asked this earlier. I assume they're kind of little, like sprites. And
Kind of
good on them.
sprite. Kind of sprite.
Kind of sprite.
Yeah.
But like one of the little, like the skinny
Oh.
long ones.
Like the
Yeah,
old
man.
little tiny ones you used to be able to get at Morrison's back in the day.
Yeah, those little guys. Yeah. But taller.
Right.
That off me off. So yeah.
Long and thin. Callum?
Yeah, it was all right. I'm not as well versed on Pixies as you are. I didn't think any of the lyrics were really great. The bass sounded nice though.
Fucking grow up, Cal.
Get a
Christ.
grip, man. Lyrics. Shut up. It's Pixies. Guys.
That's it. That's hot off the press. Wow, what a week. It's almost been completely female.
Thought you were gonna say
Oh, it is
pointless.
though. There's a female person in every one of these bands.
Yeah, but like the main part.
Yeah. Majority.
Majority female. We're gonna move on to a majority female album spotlight, aren't we, boys?
You could say that.
We are.
Yeah, you could say that.
Would I be right if I said that?
You'd be pretty. I mean, you could say that.
Well, let's
So,
let's just hop over the fence and see what we find. Hey.
yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
Time, Bend, and Break the Bower. That is the album.
And then break the bower.
Sinead O'Brien is the lady. She is the artiste.
Let's
We're going to cover it. Apologies. Track by
For
track.
covering it or for that.
First track, Pain is the fashion of the spirit.
I've been saying that for years.
That's literally all he says.
I can't believe she just ripped me off so blatantly.
I actually thought this was an alright opener. I wasn't expecting it to be this different musically. I feel like it's important to say now. Melodically, they're all the same. So what we're looking for is difference in musicality. And I think this opening track offered that.
Slightly different snare sound than this one. We'll mark that down.
It's a decibel louder.
This one was 6 seconds longer than the average. Great. No, it wasn't pretty short, actually.
Liam?
I also think this was an alright opener for the
Okay.
album.
All right.
This album.
This particular album, it was
Wouldn't really
fitting.
work for any other album, I don't
No.
think.
Any album. I've recorded the voice note of
Great.
this same sentiment, and I'm gonna just repeat it now.
Do you want me to just insert it?
Oh, Callum, please buy me a drink
Stick
first.
it in.
Sorry, I got excited.
The S's on this are infuriating for me. They're so pronounced and
Oh, I didn't
so
notice that.
cutting and clear. I've listened to it on multiple systems.
Because you love it so much.
I love it so much. And each system I've listened to it on is just unbearable in my ears. Also, the track is boring.
I'm listening to it again, though, and I think, again, this is a good opener, I think. And I actually think Is Yanni gone? Yanni, you okay?
He's here for me. Just
I'm
looking
still
at
here,
the
man.
time.
Oh, he's just stopped for me. Oh, I'm going to crack on. Yanni, say something.
Something.
Okay, cool. Just checking. And I think that the kind of almost actual kind of reading poetry and none of the elongated bullshit that we will come into later, I think that with a very simple beat works quite well. I think this is, again, a good opener.
I agree. I agree. So
The
the
next
next
song
track
is
is
called
Salt.
Salt, isn't it, Cal?
It is. We were so nearly in sync. This is more like what I was expecting melodically, as I mentioned. They are all the same melodically. But again, I think this track works well. There's parts to Sinead's vocals where she actually threatens to sing a little bit, which is, a little. I mean, I enjoyed that. And I liked the kind of well, not frantic, but like it kind of the music change up right at the start, got straight into the tune really well. The fill is the word I was looking for. The drum fill
Collins.
was nice. Yes, the Phil Collins at the start of the track. This was another one that I liked.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
just
Not
want
the
to
last
quickly
one.
say that my computer's come up with an issue,
Oh,
and said that Riverside is not recording for me
who cares?
Who cares?
unless I
Oh,
refresh
no, it
the
isn't.
video.
It
So
isn't, yeah.
it's not recording, so that's for me, which is whatever. But I can't get rid of this box, so you're both blurred. So don't try and show me any kind of legal document. I won't be able to see them clearly. This one, yeah, I think this one works with the style, with what's going on. This one works probably the most out of all the songs. I think this one stood out for me quite a bit. I like the way it kicks in. I think that's very gets you going. I like the sound of the bass. And the vocals with the kind of the echo effect going on.
Sorry?
Cool. Works well. There's a few elongated notes which, as you mentioned, almost sound like she's trying to sing. Like she's trying a little bit, absolute hardest. And it doesn't sound too much like she's just dragging words out for the sake of it. So yeah, this one so far is my favourite song of the album.
What out
Hopes
to?
are hard as rock here, but not as hard as it is to listen to this song and enjoy it. I didn't like this again, as you can probably tell. Although I did think the bass and drum sort of melody
Rhythm.
pattern was quite reminiscent of like Warpaint.
Yep.
But
got that.
obviously the I can't. It's not singing. The vocal was definitely not. Next one is Girl Kind. I'm not going to be kind because I feel the same again. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I like this more than I remember doing so when it was released as a single. However, this is definitely one of my least favorite on the records because of the slow nature of the track and what Liam mentioned just a second ago. It's really evident on the slower ones where she forces words to fit and holds on them. And while it was semi-interesting when I first heard Sinead O'Brien, nothing compares to her.
Nothing compares.
Child abuse.
Yeah, that vocal style is beginning to grate on me ever so slightly. In the heavier ones, she can get away with it because there's interesting stuff going on in the music, in my opinion. But this one was just a bit too bland.
Yeah, vocally, definitely. So I came really hot there. I do like the way this song. I've got my own. I can hear myself very loudly, but it's only because I can't hear you two. I have to turn it up. But what was I saying? Yeah, I like it when the drums kick in on this song. And I think the kind of the music's pretty funky on this. Got a good drive and rhythm to it. But yeah, the vocals here are an example of where it's really kind of getting too much for me. 3 songs in. We're on song 3 here.
Yeah.
Of how many? Well, it felt like a lot of
11.
songs, to be fair.
Yeah,
11
it felt like a lot. Next song 4, is called End of Days. The music of this, there's a particular part that sounds pretty much the same as Frightline Dining Room. It's like a that bit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Stylistically, this is a lot more what I'm interested in. I just think there was more going on, and it works better for her style. Complements the vocal delivery better. So yeah, I quite like this one.
Yeah, I also enjoy the music in this one. I think there's a lot of great moments in it musically. However, I can hear something. At this point again, the vocal
However.
melody, I can hear like a fan or something. It's not here.
William,
The vocal, I'm busy. The vocal melody is the same again, and you do. It's very evident here now that the music itself, has the same progression, like a build up, like a stop, and then it's got like it always has the same kind of build up, and then the same instruments go away and come back in a similar kind of rhythm on every single song. And yeah, 4 songs. 4 songs.
Oh, bloody hell.
keep
The
track.
next one is Light Culture. Cal?
Musically, there was some funk, which I was a fan of. But yeah, the only notes I made were that I have a problem with the melody, but when she forces words to fit. But I said that for Girl Kind, so mirrors to myself.
Whoa.
Some seriously egregious, elongated words on this fucking song. I think this is the one I remember. It doesn't really matter. It's probably just the whole album. No need. No need. Funky though. Yeah. Again, nice
I
music.
Put, wow, I don't care. But on re-listen right now, yeah, it's a shame because the sort of guitar parts I enjoyed. If I have to be nice, I hate being nice. The rarest kind is the next one. Comment struggling.
Comments none.
Despite slagging off the slower ones, I quite like this one. I thought it worked well, but I don't recall it remotely. So, don't know. I might have just been feeling nice because I don't hate being nice. Like Yanni hates
I'm-
being kind.
I didn't recall this either. I'm listening back to this now. The guitar sounds very nice, and this has got a little bit of singing here from Sinead. So that bumps it to the top of the list straight away. Best of the 6 songs we're on to now. Yeah, a little bit different, and thankfully she didn't just kind of rattle over. Maybe she did. Again, I don't remember, so I'm rattling.
Okay, moving on. Holy Country. This one is slightly interesting, I thought. The musical elements, at least, were more interesting. I like the sort of synth riff that goes on within the background and the sort of stuttery drums as well. And I don't know if it's because in some parts the vocals are doubled that it makes it more interesting, but I didn't find it as grating on this particular track.
Yeah, I think this in the lead up of the single releases, I think this was where I first got some reservations about this album, because I was a bit blind to Sinead's downfalls, because I've really liked stuff released before this record. But in terms of it now, I do still like it, but I can't like it as much as I would if I heard it just as a solo thing, if that makes any sense. Because that contradicts what I've just said, which I'm fully aware. But this
I'm
wouldn't
so
be
lost.
one. Yeah, I kind of don't. I feel like I should have just not spoke, and I would have said more.
Thanks, Cal.
It's good, but it's not my
You
favorite.
say it best when you say nothing at all.
Yes. Thank you, Ronan.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the
best friend
the
thing
music again. Yeah, Yanni, you were right that it is interesting here. I do find the vocals actually particularly great on this one. It's so monotone, man, and I think that's the difference between like this and dry cleaning. To be fair, dry cleaning, probably is monotone. But there's some nice tone to the vocals, whereas this is just too many. There's just it doesn't need to. Doesn't need to happen. I'm trying to remember it to this one and the next one.
It's the next one, which
I'm-
is fucking awful.
Oh,
I'm just trying to remember because there's two songs.
Hopefully.
Oh no, it's not. It's not yet. I don't think actually. Go on. We'll go on to the next song.
Next one
yeah, go on.
is called "Spare for My Size Me." It's not a question mark. "Spare for My Size Me." Her voice ruins this. Otherwise, I like the instrumentation.
Yeah, instrumentation is tip top. This is probably in my top 2 of the record, which yeah, I knew that face was coming from Ioannis.
Yanni, what are the options here, mate? Come on.
But I feel like at this point you've just got to accept the fact that you know what you're getting with the vocals, so you just got to kind
I
of.
shouldn't have to.
I don't want it though.
Not
I don't
good.
No,
want
well
it.
that's fair, but it's not a surprise
So-
that the vocals are grating for you if you don't like the vocals on any of the others, is it? But yeah, I really like this track. Sue
I think
Me.
it's. I know it sounds so stupid saying it's grating because you're right. You know exactly what you're getting. There's been no fluffing or anything. You know it's exactly what she sounds like, and she's always going to sound like this.
No fluffing.
But you're right what you said earlier, Calvin, that it kind of was novel at first.
Yeah.
From those first few singles, not at first EP and stuff. And it is just too much for a full album. But personally, anyway, it just is far too much with no kind of difference whatsoever.
Mm.
I-
But at the same
you-
time, after I finished listening to this record, Most Modern Painting came on
yeah,
shuffle,
and it's a
and
bop.
that's still a fucking great song,
Yeah,
even though it's
So
that
maybe
music
it's-
style. Maybe they are just average
yeah.
songs. Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Exactly the same thing happened to me, and I was like, oh yeah, this song's good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the average songs. Maybe it's just having so much at once. I don't know. But yeah, this song I have the same comment, so I won't drag on anymore.
Oh, thank you, Liam. Next one, There Are Good Times Coming. I remember this one from when we covered it as a single. I still like this one. I wish there was more of the chorus because I feel like that is the highlight of the entire album, if I'm being honest. So yeah, actually something positive to say for a change.
Yeah, this is by far and away the best track on the record, in my humble opinion. It kind of feels like the song was constructed to suit Sinead's voice rather than Sinead trying to fit her voice on the song. Nothing feels forced. It's just a really good track. When it gets heavier, it's just fantastic. It's just the good shit.
Yeah, I definitely think this is probably the best song on the album as well. Yeah, it just works so much better. Just the difference in the kind of vocals. It just feels a bit more kind of considered as a whole song. I think you're right, Callum, as opposed to just instead of just feeling like poetry on top of music. Yeah, wish there was a bit more of this.
Yeah, man. Multitudes. That struggle I was on about before, it's come back, hasn't it? It's come back.
It's a peak.
Yeah, I struggled on this one as well. I feel like it could have been the closer to the album, stylistically. I'm glad it's not because I actually quite like the closer, but we'll talk about that in a sec. But this track itself just didn't hit the spot. It was a vast decline from There Are Good Times Coming. She lied when this is
Yeah.
the next song.
It's calling. Oh, no, it's coming. What the fuck? Why has it corrected it? Now I look like a fool.
Am I next? Sorry.
Yes.
You are.
Um,
Same order.
Bloody hell. I've been trying to work something out, but I realised it's actually the Dive album that I'm thinking about. So I don't know what I've been trying to do. What was I going to say about the song? I like the violin or the violin sound at one point. I like that. I really hate the way she keeps saying "time bend and break the bower." I fucking hate it. I think this is about when Lydia came into the room and kind of was doing something and said multiple times, "What are you listening to? What is this shit? Or what are you listening to?" And I had no answer for it. I don't know. I said. I pretended that it somehow magically fell on, and I had nothing to do with it because that felt better for me.
Lol. We go again into the song Go Again. This is the last song. It's over, and that is a blessing. Is the comment I made.
Surrounded in blessings.
Mm,
Sinead's EP.
Good EP.
Good EP.
Solid. Love Sinead.
Solid. Yeah, pick up
isn't it
Sinead.
drowning in blessings?
Oh, it actually is drowning in blessings.
is
What
drowning
a
in
fucking
blessings, yeah.
twat I am.
What did you actually say?
Surrounded in blessings. I know it's drowning in
Ah.
blessings. She says it numerous times in Most Modern
Yeah.
Painting.
She does.
A song which I
Drowning in
actually do
blessings.
love. Yeah, I really like this one. I'm glad it was the closer, despite saying Multitudes probably should have been the closer. I found it quite haunting, and it just worked really well.
Disagree.
Cool. Insightful. And I think that rounds it off nicely because, well, these boys didn't really like the record, and there was
What?
parts of it.
Don't
parts
speak
of it I
for
liked.
us.
So
Put
we
words in
are
our
going
mouths.
to rate the album,
I'm sorry, Sinead. I'm so sorry.
and I'm gonna give it a 5.
I'm
Okay.
not that sorry anymore,
That makes me
Sinead.
feel better.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it a 6, but the
Uh,
fact that you said you were sorry was I thought you were gonna give it like a 3.
Ah, you're
So
so easily swayed, aren't you?
I think we're going to be banned from Ireland after this, by the way. So hope you guys
I don't know how she's not banned from Ireland. Sorry, Sinead. Sorry. I
I think it's I think a 4 is fine. So I'm going to give it a 4.
I am going to not give it any lower than that, in fact, because the musical aspects of it aren't bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't think any of it is
Don't.
necessarily bad. I just think it's too much of the same thing that is very Marmite.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I'm going to give it 4, by the way, just
Kind
to
of.
say the number aloud. Which means, Liam, what is the mode?
It's 4.
And the median?
It's 4.
The mean?
What was that? So it's 4, 4, 5. So that's 13. So it's 4.3. Okay, I think.
And all those range boys out there, what have they got to look forward to?
Well, they want to range life, so they can settle down. But I don't think they're going to get one because there's only one.
There's only one.
There's only one range here, boys.
So yeah, all those people who ask, why do we do the averages? There's no reason. So shut up. Shut your mouth.
Who knows?
And that's
I mean, we
been
could
the
just
pod.
do mean, and I'm sure that'll be fine. But yeah, hey ho.
It would be, but it's fun, isn't it?
fun.
That's been it. We're closing off this pod. Keep an eye out on places where. Oh, what a brilliant question to ask aloud to yourself while you're watching us. Well,
Pretty
of
weird
course,
to speak
if
to
you're
yourself,
already
though.
watching us, then you're in the right place on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, do it. Ding that
Do it
little
now.
bell. Comment on our opinions and whether you've also watched Pistol. Tell us what album you're excited for that we announced. We didn't announce, but we told you about it. Also,
Rate us.
rate us. Callum wants you to rate us.
I do.
Ding our bells.
Rate me, as the great Kurt Cobain once said.
Rate me.
And if you're not on YouTube, if you are listening to us, go to YouTube by searching Fools on the Hill podcast. Twitter is Fools on the Hill pod. I've done this backwards. Instagram and Facebook, it's at Fools on a Hill podcast. Go there, follow us, stay up to date with things. Liam's just downed his, well, not downed it, he's just finished off his pint of the black stuff.
Third of a pint.
We're going to go now.
Hey now.
We are.
Hey now. And
No.
next week we'll be back with another episode. Episode what, boys?
69.
That's right. 69. Yeah.
Also,
Invite your
also-
mums and listen in.
Also,
episode 100. If you count
100.
in our
100.
bonus episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've not really planned anything special. We
We have though,
what is
because we're
the-
listening to TV Priests. You know.
That is true. And I'm going to tell you now, it is beautiful.
What it was.
Oh, is that what it's called? It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
You tried,
God
mate.
damn it.
You did
We
try.
will also...
See you next week. Oh, fuck's
Okay,
sake,
all
Connor.
right. Well, no,
No, the energy's gone.
yeah,
Dissipate.
I'll leave you in to guess what we're going to do.
Suspension?
That's the one. Thank you.
In your jock straps.
Goodbye.
Tuck in and tuck off.
I'm going to be 69 in with Cal, and Liam's going to
Yep.
be watching.
Liam's
be 100 and
he's
baby.
going to get a 3-camera setup on the go.
Yeah.
And
One-
that will be our first video on our Patreon, which we will announce next week.
One camera for each cock. See you then.
Toodaloo.
On that bombshell, that we're not top gear. On that
Should have
note,
ended this episode by now. Why are we still there talking?
Yes.
Shut up, Yanni.
Bye.
Good evening and welcome to the evening news with me, Liam Godfrey.
hello.
Tick on my bum.